What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Welcome here today to episode 1 of the Houston Rockets series here on NBA 2K21 My NBA. So yeah, this is going to be a Houston Rockets rebuild, but it's basically a franchise series. So you guys, since the OKC Thunder series wrapped up on the main channel, Matt, when are you doing another rebuild or when are you doing another franchise series? Wanted to wait a little bit till I figured out which team I wanted, and that team is going to be the Houston Rockets. Yes, this will be going up on the SROS, my second NBA channel, just because it's going to be a little bit more laid back than the Thunder franchise. We will be playing some games, but it'll be more some fourth quarter gameplay, kind of like my Pelicans franchise in 2K20 on this channel, if you do remember that. But I'm very excited to use the Rockets because they are in a bleak position. They don't really have a good young core. Now, they do have Christian Wood, who's 25, and he's definitely our franchise guy at the moment. We could just go through the roster. We might as well do that right now. But yeah, Christian Wood, our franchise guy, he's under contract for 3 years, and I plan on him being kind of our franchise, either power forward or center, throughout this rebuild. John Wall, he's an interesting piece because he has 2 years left on his contract, and then a player option. We are going to look to move him in the offseason. Now, there's not many teams that would want to trade for John Wall. Lakers maybe, Heat possibly. So we'll wait till the offseason to figure that out. But as of now, he is our starting point guard, one of the worst contracts in the NBA. But hey, we got the Wizards first from that, so not too bad. Eric Gordon, another not great contract. We're hoping he has a good season because he'd be a prime trade candidate in the offseason to a team that could use shooting because he'll have 2 years left and then the third year's non-guaranteed. So that could be a potential trade piece, but that's in the offseason mainly. Jayshawn Tate, he's one of the young pieces that has been playing well for the Rockets this year, probably playing like a top 5 rookie. He was an overseas player from the OSU, and he's going to be a guy that could fit our young core. He's the same age as Christian Wood. Kevin Porter Jr., another guy that could be our maybe franchise shooting guard. You never know because they got him for like such a cheap price from the Cavs, and he progresses well in 2K, so he could definitely be a guy that could maybe blossom to our 6th man or our shooting guard for the future. Who knows? David Nwaba, like a guy that could just crack the rotation. I mean, he is 27 years old. Nothing spectacular about him. Avery Bradley from the Oladipo trade, so this will be his only year here. Same with Kelly Olynyk. Sterling Brown, I mean, he's 25. Maybe he'll crack minutes. Kenny Martin Jr., their second round pick in the 2020 draft. I would like for him to get minutes. He's actually a 74 overall, which is pretty good, so he probably will crack the rotation for us. Dante Exum from the James Harden trade. I'd like to get him minutes. Daniel House, Macklemore, guys that I could potentially trade in this deadline. I know the NBA real-life trade deadline has passed. Start today isn't a thing in 2K, but I'm going to hopefully, because I don't think you could force wins, right? Oh, you can. But you can't force losses because then I can't get the record exactly how it is in real life if we can't force an L, unfortunately. Right? Like if I force to win, no. Oh, no, you can force a win. Okay. So if you guys want to see me start from scratch, let me know. Or do you want me to go to March? I'm recording this on April 2nd. You guys will see this a couple days later. And should I go to April 2nd with the exact record that the Rockets have now? Just let me know that down below and I could do that. Because I'm not going to start any simulation today because I do plan on getting through most like the seasons an episode. Like at least half a season an episode. And then, like, the next episode will be playoffs and, like, draft lottery and then the offseason. So, yeah, it's probably going to be, like, 3 episodes a full calendar year with, like, the first half being the season and then the contract extension trade deadline. The second episode being the end of the season, playoffs, draft lottery, staff signing. Third episode being draft, free agency, training camps, and then rinse and repeat, restart that because I would like to do a lot of seasons in this rebuild. And I'm very excited to do it with the Houston Rockets, who don't even have like a great draft pick future due to the Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook trade. So this Pistons pick, it's going to end up being second round picks. I'm not going to cheat the system and make it my pick next year. So we'll figure that out. We do have the Bucks first round pick this year. Okay, I'm going to make sure these are all right, but yeah, we do have the Nets picks from the James Harden trade. We have a lot of firsts like that aren't ours. Like we have a Wizards pick from the John Wall, Russell Westbrook trade, another Bucks first. Should we have the Bucks first this year? We might. I don't know. I'm going to figure that out. I don't know if that's true, but don't worry. And then like our first round pick this year is top 4 protected. Like, and we don't get it. Like, if we go to, I believe it would be under the Thunder. Is it listed as top 3 protected on their side? Let me just see. Where is the Thunder? There they are. So, swap best with the Heat. Okay, so, yeah, if it's in the top 4, I'll, like, trade override me getting it. And then if it's not, then we don't get it. So, yeah, our draft position isn't great. I will show you guys kind of the sliders. Just nothing really changed too much. Injuries are on. These are kind of the negotiation and CPU resign aggressiveness. I do drop them down to 45. And then injury frequency and injury effects, I drop down to 40 as well. And yeah, like this team is not going to be very good this year. Steven Silas and Raphael Stone, they're here to stay. I will change my GM's name to Raphael Stone. And then like I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm going to really make any trades this season because they didn't make any in real life. But, yeah, in this offseason, like, next year, this team is going to look completely different. And, like, if we look at our salary cap table for the future, like, we do have John Wall, Eric Gordon, and Christian Wood under contract. But a lot of everybody else not here. Like, Augustine, oh, we got to pay $7 million next year. Great. Bradley probably gone. I mean, Wilson gone. House could be traded. Macklemore and Nwaba probably gone. I mean, we do have some guys under contract for next year, definitely. But, like, I don't know. It's definitely an interesting roster, and that's why I wanted to use them for today's video. And then I'm hoping that we end up with a potential top 4 pick in the draft. So then I could take, I don't know, like a Jalen Green. I mean, like anybody in this draft. Like if I take Evan Mobley, boom, Evan Mobley at the center, Christian Wood at the power forward spot. If I take Jonathan Kuminga, who's listed as, I guess, a small forward. If I take him, boom, power forward, Christian Wood at center. If I take Jalen Green, starting shooting guard. If I take Cade Cunningham, starting point guard. If I take Jalen Suggs, starting point guard. Like, there's definitely a lot of guys that I would like to take in this draft, and I'm just hoping we get our first-round pick to take one of those guys, because if not, I don't know if we exactly get this Bucks first-round pick. I really didn't think we were supposed to. I'm going to Google that now. Yeah, they have the option to swap a second round? Or do they actually get their first-round pick in this draft? Oh, the Rockets have an option to swap their 2021 second-round pick, more favorable of 76ers and Rockets, with a Bucks 2021 first? Okay, I think that's goes. Like, if you guys know this exactly, if you're a Rockets fan or Bucks fan, let me know if I'm able to keep this pick or not, because I really thought it was just this pick from the PJ Tucker trade, but I could be completely wrong. So yeah, that's pretty much what we currently, this is what we originally own, and then this is what we currently own. I don't know. Oh no, that's what we originally own. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot going on there. I've actually really never used this setting in 2K, but yeah, that is pretty much going to be just the pilot episode 1, just kind of getting familiar with the team, what my goals are for this series, and what, like, where I plan on being. I don't plan on being good till probably 2022 to flirt with the playoffs, but really be a good team in the Western Conference by 2023, and we need that by being one of the worst teams in the Western Conference this year, or excuse me, in the NBA, so we get that top 4 pick and we get to keep it, because if it ends up being 5, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt, because adding a top rookie in the shift would be great. So yeah, what I want you guys to know, let me know down below, is what's up with that Bucks pick? Do I get to keep that this year? It's looking like I will be able to. And do you want me to force win every game and force lose every game, so we have their exact record to what it currently is right now? I won't have really any conversations and like player meetings or anything like that, but this is going to be a fairly realistic series, and I'm very excited to do it, and it's going to be a lot of episodes. And if you guys just want to see them, drop a thumbs up on this video. If you guys want to see episode 2 immediately, let's see if this video can get 1,500 likes. Yeah, for the pilot episode, I have big aspirations. I'm just kidding, but yeah, if you guys can get that, that would be great. Let me know those 2 things down below. I would really appreciate it. I'm very excited to do this rebuild because the Houston future doesn't look very promising. Like, there's some other teams that maybe have a more promising future, like the Thunder, like the Pelicans, like even the Pistons or the Knicks, or even like the Timberwolves. They have still some good talent. And like the Rockets do have some talent. They definitely do. It's just going to be like, do we get that top 4 pick this year? Because then that changes the course of this franchise and this rebuild and the timeline drastically if we don't get the top 4 pick. So yeah, drop a like if you guys want more. Let me know those 2 questions down below. I'm excited. I hope you guys are. I love y'all. And I'll see you guys in episode 2. Peace.